Welcome to Iconic Books. Title: Nurturing the Future, A Guide to Empowering Children. Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. John F. Kennedy. The way we nurture, educate, and protect our children shapes the future of our societies. This book explores some of the most pressing challenges and opportunities that influence the lives of children today. From mental health to education equity and environmental awareness, each chapter is devoted to understanding these critical topics and how we can create a better world for the next generation. By delving into these issues, we can empower not only our children but also ourselves as advocates for their future. Chapter 1. The Silent Struggles, Mental Health Awareness. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Frederick Douglass. Mental health is a cornerstone of a child's overall development and well-being, yet it is one of the most overlooked aspects of parenting and education. Children are often expected to be naturally resilient, adaptable, and carefree, but the truth is that they face unique challenges that can significantly impact their mental health. Anxiety, depression, and social pressures are no longer issues solely confined to adults. They are becoming increasingly prevalent among children. This chapter delves into the importance of mental health in children, the factors contributing to its decline, and actionable steps that parents, educators, and communities can take to ensure children thrive emotionally and psychologically. The growing crisis of childhood mental health. In recent years, there has been a noticeable rise in childhood mental health problems. Anxiety, stress, and depression are no longer rare occurrences among children. They are becoming alarmingly common. According to global studies, up to 20% of children and adolescents experience a mental health disorder, with many cases going undiagnosed or untreated. The reasons behind this troubling trend are multifaceted and include social media pressures, academic demands, and even family dynamics. What makes this crisis even more concerning is the fact that children often lack the vocabulary or understanding to articulate their struggles, leaving their emotional needs unmet. For instance, consider the influence of social media. While platforms like Instagram and TikTok can be entertaining, they often expose children to unrealistic beauty standards, peer comparison, and cyberbullying. A child scrolling through curated posts may internalize the idea that they are not good enough, leading to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. Similarly, academic pressures are another significant contributor. Today's children are juggling demanding school curriculums, extracurricular activities, and the expectation to excel in every aspect of their lives. The relentless pursuit of perfection can leave them feeling overwhelmed and burnt out at a young age. The impact of stress on development. Stress affects children in ways that are both immediate and long-lasting. Chronic stress can hinder brain development, impairing functions like memory, attention, and problem-solving. It can also lead to physical symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, and fatigue, which are often mistaken for other issues. Over time, unresolved stress can snowball into more severe mental health problems, such as depression, anxiety disorders, or behavioral issues. Moreover, stress can disrupt a child's relationships with family and peers. A child who feels emotionally burdened may withdraw from social interactions, becoming irritable, defiant, or overly sensitive. This can create a cycle where the child feels isolated, which further exacerbates their struggles. It's important to note that children don't always exhibit stress the way adults do. Instead of verbalizing their feelings, they may act out, have trouble sleeping, or struggle academically. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward helping them. Breaking the stigma around mental health. One of the biggest barriers to addressing children's mental health is the stigma surrounding it. Many parents and educators hesitate to acknowledge mental health issues in children, fearing judgment or labeling. Some may dismiss a child's struggles as just a phase, or assume that kids will grow out of it. This mindset prevents children from receiving the support they need and perpetuates a cycle of silence and shame. To break this stigma, it's essential to normalize conversations around mental health. Families can start by creating an environment where emotions are openly discussed and validated. For example, instead of dismissing a child's worries with phrases like, "Don't be silly," or "You're overreacting," Parents can acknowledge their feelings and offer reassurance. Schools can also play a significant role by incorporating mental health education into their curriculums and training teachers to recognize and respond to signs of distress. The role of open communication. Open communication is a powerful tool in supporting children's mental health. When children feel heard and understood, they are more likely to share their thoughts and feelings, making it easier to address any issues early on. Parents and caregivers can foster open communication by practicing active listening, which involves giving their full attention to the child, maintaining eye contact, and responding empathetically. For example, if a child comes home upset about a conflict with a friend, instead of immediately offering solutions, a parent might say, "That sounds really tough. How did that make you feel?" This approach not only validates the child's emotions but also encourages them to explore and articulate their feelings. Over time, this builds a foundation of trust, making it easier for children to seek support when facing bigger challenges. Teaching mindfulness and emotional regulation. Mindfulness is another effective strategy for promoting mental health in children. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment and accepting one's feelings without judgment. Teaching children mindfulness techniques, such as deep breathing, meditation, or body scans, can help them manage stress and stay grounded during difficult times. For younger children, mindfulness can be introduced through simple activities like mindful coloring or guided breathing exercises. For older children, apps like Headspace or Calm offer kid-friendly mindfulness exercises that make the practice engaging and accessible. In addition to mindfulness, teaching emotional regulation skills, such as identifying emotions, using coping strategies, and practicing self-compassion, empowers children to navigate their feelings in healthy ways. The importance of early intervention. Early intervention is crucial when it comes to mental health. The earlier a problem is identified and addressed, the better the outcome for the child. For instance, a child showing early signs of social anxiety may benefit from therapy that equips them with tools to build confidence and interact with others. Without intervention, however, the anxiety may worsen, leading to avoidance behaviors and a diminished quality of life. Parents and educators should familiarize themselves with the warning signs of mental health issues, which may include prolonged sadness, changes in sleep or appetite, difficulty concentrating, or withdrawal from activities the child once enjoyed. If these signs persist, seeking professional help, such as consulting a pediatrician, school counselor, or therapist, can make a significant difference. The role of schools in mental health. Schools are more than just places of academic learning. They are environments where children spend a significant portion of their day and interact with peers. For this reason, schools play a vital role in supporting children's mental health. This can be achieved through various initiatives, such as implementing anti-bullying programs, creating safe spaces for students to discuss concerns, and offering access to school counselors or psychologists. Additionally, teachers can incorporate social-emotional learning, SEL, into their lessons. SEL teaches children essential skills like empathy, self-awareness, and conflict resolution, which are critical for both their mental health and interpersonal relationships. By fostering a supportive school culture, educators can help reduce the stigma around mental health and ensure that students feel valued and understood. Reducing the stress of academic pressure. Academic pressure is one of the most significant stressors for children today. The constant emphasis on grades, standardized tests, and college readiness can leave children feeling overwhelmed and inadequate. To alleviate this pressure, parents and educators can shift the focus from outcomes to effort and growth. For example, instead of asking, "What grade did you get?" parents might ask, "What did you learn?" This reframing emphasizes the value of learning and reduces the fear of failure. Balancing academics with extracurricular activities and downtime is also essential. Children need time to relax, play, and pursue hobbies that bring them joy. By creating a balanced schedule, parents can help children maintain a healthier perspective on success and achievement. The power of positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is a simple yet powerful way to support children's mental health. By acknowledging and celebrating their efforts, achievements, and progress, adults can boost children's self-esteem and motivation. For example, a parent might say, "I'm really proud of how you handled that situation with your friend. It shows a lot of maturity." These affirmations remind children that their actions and feelings are valid and appreciated. Building a support network. Raising mentally healthy children is a collective effort that involves not only parents and educators but also extended family, friends, and community members. Having a strong support network can provide children with additional sources of guidance and encouragement. For example, a grandparent might serve as a trusted confidant, or a coach might inspire resilience and teamwork. By surrounding children with positive influences, adults can create a nurturing environment where children feel safe and supported. Conclusion: empowering children for a healthier future. By prioritizing mental health, we empower children to lead happier, more fulfilling lives. It's important to remember that mental health is not a luxury, but a necessity, as it lays the foundation for a child's emotional, social, and academic success. When we address mental health proactively, through open communication, mindfulness, early intervention, and a supportive community, we not only help children thrive but also contribute to a healthier, more compassionate society. As Frederick Douglass wisely said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Let this be a call to action for parents, educators, and caregivers to invest in the mental health of the next generation. Together, we can create a world where every child has the tools they need to overcome challenges, embrace their potential, and live their happiest. Chapter 2: Education Equity. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Education has always been a cornerstone of personal and societal progress. It is the tool that empowers individuals to rise above their circumstances, unlock their potential, and contribute meaningfully to the world. But for millions of children worldwide, access to quality education remains a distant dream. Socioeconomic disparities, geographic isolation, and systemic biases create enormous barriers for underprivileged children, preventing them from receiving the education they deserve. This chapter explores the challenges of achieving education equity and highlights the transformative power of equitable opportunities in changing children's lives and, ultimately, the world. The global education divide. Imagine a classroom with broken desks, no textbooks, and a teacher struggling to manage 50 students in a small, poorly ventilated room. Now, compare that to a modern classroom equipped with state-of-the-art technology, a low student-to-teacher ratio, and abundant resources. This stark contrast represents the global education divide, a chasm that separates children who have access to quality education from those who do not. According to UNESCO, over 244 million children and youth worldwide are out of school, and many who do attend receive subpar education. The reasons for this divide are multifaceted. In developing countries, economic hardship often forces children to work instead of attending school. In rural areas, schools are sometimes located miles away from children's homes, making it difficult for them to attend regularly. Even in developed nations, systemic issues such as racial and economic inequality prevent marginalized communities from accessing the same quality of education as their wealthier counterparts. This divide not only deprives individual children of opportunities, but also perpetuates cycles of poverty and inequality. Without education, children are left vulnerable to exploitation and unable to break free from the circumstances they were born into. Addressing this issue is not merely an act of charity, it is an investment in the future of humanity. Barriers to education equity. The barriers to education equity are numerous and interconnected. Some of the most pressing challenges include: 1. Socio-economic disparities. Children from low-income families face significant disadvantages. The inability to afford school supplies, uniforms, or transportation often leads to absenteeism or dropout. Families living in poverty may also prioritize immediate survival over education, forcing children to work or care for siblings instead of attending school. 2. Geographic isolation. In rural and remote areas, schools are often underfunded and understaffed. Children may have to walk several miles daily to attend school, discouraging regular attendance. Additionally, rural schools frequently lack basic infrastructure like electricity, clean water, and functional classrooms, making it difficult to create a conducive learning environment. 3. Gender inequality. Girls face unique challenges in accessing education. In many parts of the world, cultural norms and gendered expectations limit girls' opportunities to attend school. For example, early marriages, domestic responsibilities, and unsafe school environments often force girls to drop out. According to UNICEF, 129 million girls globally are out of school, highlighting the urgent need to address gender-based barriers. 4. Systemic bias and discrimination. Systemic bias based on race, ethnicity, disability, or socioeconomic status further widens the education gap. Marginalized communities often attend underfunded schools with fewer resources and less experienced teachers. This disparity perpetuates inequality, as children from privileged backgrounds continue to receive a better quality of education. The role of governments and policymakers. Governments play a pivotal role in ensuring education equity. Policies that prioritize funding for underprivileged schools, provide free or subsidized education, and address systemic discrimination are essential for leveling the playing field. For example, countries like Finland have successfully implemented education systems that emphasize equality, ensuring that all children, regardless of their background, receive the same quality of education. In developing countries, initiatives like building schools in rural areas, providing free school meals, and offering conditional cash transfers to families for keeping their children in school have shown promising results. For instance, Brazil's Bolsa Familia program provides financial aid to low-income families on the condition that their children attend school and receive vaccinations. This approach not only improves school attendance but also addresses broader issues like health and poverty. However, government interventions must go beyond infrastructure. Training and retaining qualified teachers, updating curriculums to reflect modern challenges, and incorporating technology into education systems are equally important. Governments must also address systemic biases by implementing policies that promote inclusivity and diversity in schools. The power of community and NGOs. While governments bear the primary responsibility, communities and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, also play a crucial role in bridging the education gap. Grassroots initiatives often succeed where large-scale policies fall short, as they are tailored to the specific needs of local populations. 1. Community-based solutions. In many rural and underprivileged areas, communities have taken matters into their own hands by building schools, training local teachers, and pooling resources to support children's education. For example, in India, the concept of balwadis, community-run preschools, has helped young children in rural areas gain early access to education. These schools are often run by local women, who are trained to teach basic literacy and numeracy skills. 2. NGO-led interventions. NGOs like Room to Read, Malala Fund, and Teach for All have made significant strides in improving access to education for marginalized children. Room to Read, for instance, focuses on improving literacy and gender equality in education by building libraries, publishing local language children's books, and providing scholarships to girls. The Malala Fund, inspired by Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai, advocates for girls' education globally and works to dismantle barriers like early marriage and gender-based violence. These organizations not only provide resources but also inspire hope. By sharing stories of children who have overcome immense challenges to pursue education, they motivate others to dream big and strive for change. Innovation in education. Breaking barriers. Innovation has the power to revolutionize education, making it more accessible and equitable. Here are some examples of how technology and creative solutions are breaking barriers. 1. E-learning and digital tools. The rise of digital education tools has opened new possibilities for children in remote or underserved areas. Platforms like Khan Academy, Coursera, and edX offer free or affordable courses on a wide range of topics, enabling children to learn at their own pace. In countries where internet access is limited, organizations like One Laptop Per Child are providing low-cost devices preloaded with educational content. During the COVID-19 pandemic, e-learning became a lifeline for millions of children worldwide. While it exposed the digital divide, it also highlighted the potential of technology to democratize education. Governments and NGOs are now working to expand internet access and provide digital devices to children in need. 2. Alternative education models. Alternative education models, such as mobile schools and open-air classrooms, are also making a difference. For example, in Afghanistan, mobile schools on donkeys bring education to children in remote villages, while in Kenya, solar-powered classrooms provide a sustainable solution for rural communities. These innovative approaches demonstrate that with creativity and determination, education can reach even the most inaccessible corners of the world. Inspiring stories of overcoming barriers. Stories of resilience and triumph remind us that change is possible. Consider the story of William Kamkwamba from Malawi, whose family could not afford his school fees. Undeterred, William taught himself how to build a windmill using scraps from a junkyard, providing electricity for his village. Today, he is a celebrated inventor and author, proving that education and determination can transform lives. Another inspiring example is that of Malala Yousafzai, who risked her life to advocate for girls' education in Pakistan. Despite being attacked by the Taliban, Malala's unwavering commitment to education has sparked a global movement. Her story underscores the power of education to ignite change, even in the face of adversity. The ripple effect of education equity. The impact of education equity extends far beyond individual children. When children receive quality education, they gain the tools to break the cycle of poverty, improve their communities, and contribute to economic and social progress. Educated individuals are more likely to participate in civic activities, advocate for their rights, and promote equality in their societies. For girls, the ripple effect is even more profound. Educated women are more likely to delay marriage, have healthier children, and invest in their family's well-being. According to UNESCO, if all girls received secondary education, child marriage could decrease by 64%, and infant mortality rates could drop significantly. Investing in education equity is not just a moral imperative, it is a strategic decision that benefits entire nations. Studies show that every additional year of schooling increases an individual's earnings by up to 10% and boosts a country's GDP by 0.37%. By ensuring that every child has access to education, we pave the way for a brighter and more equitable future. Conclusion: a call to action. As Nelson Mandela wisely said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. This chapter has explored the challenges of achieving education equity, the innovative solutions that are breaking barriers, and the transformative power of education to change lives. But the work is far from over. Governments, communities, NGOs, and individuals must continue to prioritize education equity, ensuring that no child is left behind. Whether it's advocating for policy changes, supporting grassroots initiatives, or volunteering time and resources, everyone has a role to play in building a more equitable education system. By granting every child the opportunity to learn and thrive, we empower them to shape a better world for themselves and future generations. Chapter 3: Childhood Obesity and Nutrition. To keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. Buddha. Health is wealth, and this saying rings especially true when it comes to children. A healthy childhood sets the stage for a fulfilling and productive life. However, the rise in childhood obesity has become a global concern, threatening the well-being of millions of children. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, childhood obesity has reached alarming levels, with over 39 million children under the age of 5 classified as overweight or obese in 2020. The consequences of poor nutrition and inactivity extend beyond physical health, impacting mental well-being, academic performance, and overall quality of life. This chapter explores the factors contributing to childhood obesity, the importance of proper nutrition and physical activity, and actionable strategies for parents, caregivers, schools, and communities to combat this issue. Building healthy foundations early in life not only reduces the risk of chronic illnesses but also fosters mental clarity, resilience, and happiness in children. The alarming reality of childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is not just a superficial issue. It is a complex health crisis with long-term consequences. Obesity increases the risk of developing chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, and hypertension. Additionally, children who are overweight or obese often face social stigma, bullying, and low self-esteem, which can lead to anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. The roots of childhood obesity are multifaceted. The modern lifestyle, characterized by fast food, sugary snacks, and sedentary activities like screen time, has created an environment where unhealthy habits thrive. Children are consuming more calories than they expend, and the lack of physical activity only exacerbates the problem. Genetics also play a role, but environmental factors are the primary drivers of this epidemic. For instance, the widespread availability of processed and convenience foods has made it easier for families to choose unhealthy options. Fast food chains market their products aggressively to children, using colorful packaging, toys, and advertisements that appeal to young audiences. At the same time, the rise of technology has led to a decline in outdoor play, with children spending hours on screens instead of engaging in physical activities. The connection between nutrition and mental health. As Buddha wisely noted, a healthy body is essential for a strong and clear mind. Nutrition plays a critical role in not only physical health but also mental well-being. Studies have shown that diets high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed foods can negatively impact mood, memory, and attention span in children. On the other hand, a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provides the nutrients needed for optimal brain function. For example, omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and nuts are known to support cognitive development and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Similarly, complex carbohydrates like whole grains provide a steady source of energy, reducing mood swings and improving focus. Parents and caregivers must recognize the profound impact of nutrition on a child's emotional and psychological health and make conscious efforts to provide wholesome meals. The role of parents and caregivers. Parents and caregivers are the first line of defense in combating childhood obesity. Children often mimic the habits and behaviors they observe at home, making it crucial for families to model healthy lifestyles. Here are some practical strategies for promoting proper nutrition and physical activity. 1. Plan nutritious meals together. Involving children in meal planning and preparation can make healthy eating more enjoyable and educational. Parents can teach children about the importance of balanced meals, including the benefits of incorporating a variety of food groups. For instance, creating colorful plates with fruits and vegetables can make meals visually appealing and fun. 2. Make healthy food fun. Healthy eating doesn't have to be boring. Parents can use creative approaches to make nutritious foods exciting for children. For example, turning fruits into fun shapes, making smoothies together, or preparing build-your-own salad bars can make mealtime more engaging. 3. Limit sugary snacks and beverages. One of the biggest contributors to childhood obesity is the consumption of sugary snacks and beverages. Parents can reduce sugar intake by replacing soda with water or flavored herbal teas and offering natural alternatives like fresh fruit instead of candy. 4. Encourage family physical activities. Physical activity doesn't have to feel like a chore. Families can bond over activities like hiking, biking, dancing, or playing sports together. Making exercise a regular part of family life sets a positive example and helps children develop a love for movement. The role of schools in promoting health. Schools are instrumental in shaping children's habits and attitudes toward health. With children spending a significant portion of their day at school, educators and administrators can create an environment that supports healthy choices. Here are some ways schools can contribute. 1. Provide nutritious school meals. Many children rely on school meals for their daily nutrition, making it essential for schools to offer balanced and wholesome options. Replacing processed foods with fresh, locally sourced ingredients can significantly improve the quality of school lunches. For example, some schools have introduced salad bars and farm-to-table programs to encourage healthier eating habits. 2. Incorporate nutrition education. Teaching children about nutrition from an early age helps them make informed choices. Schools can incorporate lessons on topics like reading food labels, understanding portion sizes, and recognizing the benefits of different nutrients. Interactive activities, such as cooking classes or gardening projects, can make learning about food fun and memorable. 3. Promote physical activity. Incorporating physical activity into the school day is essential for combating sedentary behaviors. Schools can offer daily recess, physical education classes, and extracurricular sports programs to encourage movement. Additionally, initiatives like walking school buses, where groups of children walk to school together with adult supervision, promote physical activity while reducing reliance on cars. The importance of community support. Addressing childhood obesity requires a collective effort that goes beyond individual families and schools. Communities play a vital role in creating environments that support healthy lifestyles. For example, local governments can invest in parks, playgrounds, and recreational facilities to encourage outdoor play. Community centers can offer affordable fitness classes, cooking workshops, and nutrition counseling for families. Additionally, public health campaigns can raise awareness about the importance of healthy eating and physical activity. For instance, programs like Let's Move, launched by former First Lady Michelle Obama, have successfully promoted healthier school lunches, increased physical activity, and provided resources for families to make healthier choices. Technology, a double-edged sword. While technology is often blamed for contributing to sedentary lifestyles, it can also be a powerful tool for promoting health. Fitness apps, virtual workout classes, and online nutrition guides provide accessible resources for families looking to adopt healthier habits. For example, apps like MyFitnessPal help track meals and exercise, while platforms like YouTube offer free yoga and fitness tutorials for children and families. However, it's important to strike a balance. Limiting screen time and encouraging outdoor activities remain essential for fostering physical and mental well-being. Parents can set boundaries by designating screen-free times or days and encouraging children to participate in hobbies like sports, arts, or gardening. Inspiring stories of change. Real-life stories of children and families overcoming health challenges highlight the transformative power of proper nutrition and physical activity. For instance, consider the story of 10-year-old Mia, who struggled with obesity and low self-esteem. With the support of her parents, Mia began making small changes, such as swapping sugary snacks for fruit and walking to school instead of taking the bus. Over time, these changes had a profound impact on her physical health, confidence, and academic performance. Another inspiring example is the success of school gardening programs. In a low-income neighborhood in California, a school introduced a gardening initiative where students grew their own vegetables. Not only did this program improve the students' eating habits, but it also taught them valuable skills and fostered a sense of community. The long-term benefits of healthy habits. The benefits of instilling healthy habits in childhood extend far beyond physical fitness. Children who grow up eating nutritious meals and staying active are more likely to carry these habits into adulthood, reducing their risk of chronic diseases. Additionally, physical activity has been shown to improve cognitive function, helping children perform better academically and develop problem-solving skills. Moreover, a healthy lifestyle promotes emotional resilience. Exercise releases endorphins, which boost mood and reduce stress, while balanced nutrition supports stable energy levels and mental clarity. By prioritizing health, children are better equipped to navigate the challenges of life and achieve their full potential. Conclusion: a call to action. As Buddha wisely stated, to keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. The rise in childhood obesity is a pressing issue that demands immediate attention and action. By addressing the root causes of poor nutrition and inactivity, we can create a healthier future for our children. Parents, schools, communities, and policymakers all have a role to play in promoting health and well-being. From planning nutritious meals and encouraging physical activity to providing education and support, collective efforts can make a significant difference. By prioritizing nutrition and physical activity, we empower children to build strong foundations for a lifetime of health, happiness, and success. Let's act today to ensure that every child has the opportunity to thrive physically and mentally. After all, a healthy child is a happy child, and a happy child is the future of a better world. Chapter 4: Child Protection and Abuse Prevention. It takes a village to raise a child. African proverb. Children are the heart of every community, and their safety and well-being should be a shared responsibility. The African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," emphasizes the collective role of parents, educators, neighbors, and society in nurturing and protecting children. However, the harsh reality is that millions of children worldwide experience abuse and neglect, often in the very spaces where they should feel safest. Child abuse is not just an individual or familial issue, it is a societal challenge that requires urgent, collective action. This chapter explores the different forms of child abuse, their devastating impacts, and the critical role of communities in creating safe spaces for children. It also examines how we can empower children, raise awareness, and establish effective support systems to ensure that every child grows up feeling secure, valued, and loved. Understanding child abuse. Types and impact. Child abuse manifests in many forms, each leaving profound and lasting scars on a child's mental, emotional, and physical health. To tackle this issue effectively, it's essential to understand the different types of abuse and their consequences. 1. Physical abuse. Physical abuse involves the intentional infliction of harm on a child, such as hitting, slapping, or burning. The visible signs of physical abuse, bruises, cuts, or broken bones, are often accompanied by deeper emotional wounds. Children who experience physical abuse may develop anxiety, depression, or a fear of authority figures. They may also struggle with trust and self-esteem, carrying these challenges into adulthood. 2. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, often referred to as psychological abuse, is subtler but equally damaging. This form of abuse includes constant criticism, humiliation, rejection, or manipulation. A child subjected to emotional abuse may feel worthless, unloved, or incapable of success. Over time, this can lead to issues such as low self-esteem, chronic stress, and difficulty forming healthy relationships. 3. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse involves any form of sexual activity or exploitation of a child. This deeply traumatic form of abuse not only impacts a child's physical health but also leaves long-lasting psychological scars. Survivors of sexual abuse often experience feelings of shame, guilt, and confusion, which can lead to issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, and difficulty trusting others. 4. Neglect. Neglect is the failure to provide for a child's basic needs, including food, shelter, clothing, medical care, and emotional support. Neglect can be just as harmful as other forms of abuse, as it deprives children of the care and stability they need to thrive. Neglected children often struggle with developmental delays, poor academic performance, and feelings of abandonment. The ripple effect of abuse. Child abuse doesn't just affect the individual. It has a ripple effect that impacts families, communities, and society. Children who experience abuse are at a higher risk of developing mental health disorders, engaging in risky behaviors, and facing difficulties in school or work. These challenges can perpetuate cycles of poverty, violence, and instability, creating long-term consequences for entire communities. For example, studies show that children who grow up in abusive environments are more likely to struggle with substance abuse, unemployment, and relationship difficulties as adults. The economic cost of child abuse is also significant, with healthcare, legal, and social welfare systems bearing the burden of addressing its aftermath. By preventing abuse and supporting survivors, we can create healthier, more resilient communities. Empowering children to recognize and speak up. One of the most effective ways to prevent child abuse is to empower children to recognize unsafe situations and speak up. Education is a powerful tool in this regard. By teaching children about their rights and boundaries, we can help them understand that they have the right to feel safe and respected. 1. Teaching boundaries. Children should be taught to understand the concept of personal boundaries and that it's okay to say no if someone makes them feel uncomfortable. For example, teaching children about safe touch and unsafe touch can help them identify inappropriate behavior. 2. Encouraging open communication. Creating an environment where children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and concerns is essential. Parents and caregivers can establish trust by listening without judgment and responding with empathy. For instance, instead of dismissing a child's fears as silly, a parent might say, "I'm glad you told me. Let's talk about how we can make you feel safe." 3. Role-playing scenarios. Role-playing is a practical way to teach children how to respond to unsafe situations. For example, parents can practice scenarios where a child learns to say no firmly or seek help from a trusted adult. These exercises can build confidence and prepare children to handle real-life situations. The role of parents and caregivers. Parents and caregivers are the first line of defense in protecting children from abuse. Their actions, attitudes, and involvement play a crucial role in creating a safe and nurturing environment. 1. Building strong relationships. Children who have strong, trusting relationships with their caregivers are more likely to share their concerns and seek help when needed. Spending quality time with children, showing affection, and providing positive reinforcement can strengthen these bonds. 2. Recognizing warning signs. Parents and caregivers should familiarize themselves with the warning signs of abuse, which may include sudden changes in behavior, unexplained injuries, or withdrawal from social activities. Early detection is key to intervening and providing support. 3. Seeking support. Parenting can be challenging, and it's okay to seek help when needed. Support groups, counseling, and parenting programs can provide valuable resources and guidance for caregivers who may be struggling. The role of educators and schools. Schools are more than just places of learning. They are safe havens where children should feel protected and supported. Educators play a critical role in identifying and addressing signs of abuse. 1. Recognizing and reporting abuse. Teachers and school staff are often the first to notice changes in a child's behavior or appearance that may indicate abuse. Training educators to recognize these signs and report them appropriately is essential for early intervention. 2. Incorporating safety education. Schools can incorporate safety education into their curriculums, teaching children about their rights, boundaries, and how to seek help. Programs like Speak Up, Be Safe, or Child Help provide age-appropriate tools to empower children and prevent abuse. 3. Providing support services. Schools can offer counseling services, peer support groups, and safe spaces where children can share their concerns. Having a trusted adult at school, such as a counselor or teacher, can make a significant difference in a child's life. The role of communities. The proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," underscores the importance of community involvement in protecting children. Neighbors, friends, and community members all have a role to play in creating safe environments. 1. Raising awareness. Community-wide awareness campaigns can educate people about the signs of abuse, how to report it, and the importance of supporting survivors. For example, events like Child Abuse Prevention Month use blue ribbons to symbolize the fight against abuse and encourage conversations about the issue. 2. Providing resources. Community centers, churches, and local organizations can offer resources such as parenting classes, support groups, and helplines. These services can help families navigate challenges and prevent situations that may lead to abuse. 3. Establishing clear reporting mechanisms. Communities must have clear and accessible reporting mechanisms for suspected abuse. Hotlines, online reporting systems, and partnerships with law enforcement ensure that concerns are addressed promptly and appropriately. Raising awareness and breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle of abuse requires a cultural shift that prioritizes prevention, awareness, and support. By addressing the root causes of abuse, such as poverty, stress, and lack of education, we can create a society where children are valued and protected. 1. Breaking the silence. Silence and stigma often surround the topic of child abuse, making it difficult for survivors to seek help. By normalizing conversations about abuse and emphasizing that it's never the child's fault, we can create a culture of openness and support. 2. Supporting survivors. Survivors of abuse deserve compassion, understanding, and access to resources that help them heal. Therapy, counseling, and support groups can provide a safe space for survivors to process their experiences and rebuild their lives. 3. Advocating for policy changes. Advocating for stronger child protection laws, increased funding for social services, and mandatory reporting requirements can create systemic change. Organizations like UNICEF and Save the Children work tirelessly to promote policies that protect children on a global scale. Inspiring stories of change. Stories of resilience and community action remind us of the power of collective responsibility. For example, consider the story of a small town in the United States that created a buddy system for children walking to and from school. This simple initiative not only reduced the risk of harm but also fostered a sense of community and belonging. Another inspiring example is the work of the Child Advocacy Center (CAC) model, which brings together law enforcement, social workers, and medical professionals to provide a coordinated response to child abuse cases. By working collaboratively, CACs ensure that children receive the care and support they need to heal. Conclusion. A collective responsibility. It takes a village to raise a child is more than just a proverb, it is a call to action. Protecting children from abuse and neglect requires the collective efforts of parents, educators, community members, and policymakers. By fostering a culture of awareness, support, and accountability, we can create a society where every child feels safe, valued, and loved. Chapter 5. Impact of Technology on Children. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, Spider-Man. Technology has become an inseparable part of modern childhood. From tablets and smartphones to virtual classrooms and gaming consoles, today's children are growing up in a world that is more interconnected and tech-driven than ever before. This rapid technological advancement offers unprecedented opportunities for learning, creativity, and connection. But as Uncle Ben from Spider-Man wisely said, with great power comes great responsibility. The immense potential of technology comes with equally significant risks, and striking a balance between its benefits and downsides has become one of the most critical challenges for parents, educators, and society. This chapter explores how technology has transformed childhood, the opportunities it presents, and the potential dangers it poses. It also delves into actionable steps for guiding children to use technology responsibly. By fostering digital literacy, setting boundaries, and emphasizing online safety, we can empower children to navigate the digital world with confidence and responsibility, preparing them for a future where technology will play an even greater role. The transformative power of technology in childhood. Technology has revolutionized the way children learn, communicate, and engage with the world. What was once limited to textbooks and classroom lectures has now expanded into interactive apps, online courses, and virtual reality experiences. The benefits of technology in childhood are undeniable. 1. Enhanced learning opportunities. Technology provides children with access to a wealth of information and educational resources. Platforms like Khan Academy, Duolingo, and Google Classroom have made learning more engaging and accessible, allowing children to explore subjects at their own pace. Virtual reality (VR) tools, for instance, can transport students to ancient civilizations or the depths of the ocean, bringing lessons to life in ways that were unimaginable just a decade ago. 2. Fostering creativity and innovation. Digital tools enable children to express themselves creatively. Apps for drawing, music composition, video editing, and coding encourage children to experiment and develop new skills. For example, platforms like Scratch teach kids how to code through fun, interactive projects, fostering problem-solving and critical thinking skills. 3. Building global connections. Technology has made the world smaller, allowing children to connect with peers from different cultures and backgrounds. Online forums, social media, and global pen pal programs enable cross-cultural exchanges that broaden children's perspectives and promote empathy. 4. Preparing for a tech-driven future. As technology continues to shape industries and careers, digital literacy has become an essential skill. Providing children with early exposure to technology prepares them for future opportunities, ensuring they are equipped to thrive in a digital economy. The dark side of technology. While technology offers numerous benefits, it also comes with significant risks that can negatively impact children's physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Understanding these risks is the first step toward addressing them. 1. Cyberbullying and online harassment. One of the most concerning risks of technology is the rise of cyberbullying. Unlike traditional bullying, which is confined to specific spaces, cyberbullying can follow children wherever they go, thanks to smartphones and social media. Hurtful messages, public shaming, and exclusion can leave lasting emotional scars, leading to anxiety, depression, and even self-harm. 2. Screen addiction. The addictive nature of technology is another growing concern. Social media platforms, video games, and streaming services are designed to capture attention and keep users engaged for as long as possible. Excessive screen time can interfere with sleep, academic performance, and social interactions, creating a cycle of dependency that is difficult to break. 3. Decline in physical activity. As screen-based entertainment becomes more prevalent, children are spending less time outdoors engaging in physical activities. This sedentary lifestyle contributes to health problems such as obesity, poor posture, and reduced cardiovascular fitness, which can have long-term consequences. 4. Exposure to inappropriate content. The internet is a vast and unregulated space where children can inadvertently come across violent, explicit, or harmful content. Without proper supervision, children may be exposed to material that is not age-appropriate, affecting their emotional well-being and worldview. 5. Privacy and data security risks. Children often lack the awareness to protect their personal information online, making them vulnerable to privacy breaches, identity theft, and exploitation. The data collected by apps and websites can be misused, putting children's safety and security at risk. The role of parents and caregivers. Parents and caregivers play a crucial role in helping children navigate the digital world responsibly. By setting boundaries, fostering open communication, and promoting digital literacy, they can guide children to make informed and safe choices. 1. Setting screen time limits. Establishing clear rules around screen time is essential for maintaining a healthy balance. The American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, recommends the following guidelines. For children under 18 months, avoid screen time, except for video calls. For children aged 2 to 5, limit screen time to 1 hour per day of high-quality content. For children aged 6 and older, set consistent limits to ensure technology does not interfere with sleep, physical activity, or family time. Parents can use tools like screen time tracking apps or parental controls to monitor and manage their child's usage. 2. Encouraging tech-free time. Scheduling regular tech-free activities, such as family game nights, outdoor adventures, or creative hobbies, helps children develop interests beyond screens. Creating no-tech zones at home, such as during meals or in bedrooms, reinforces the importance of offline interactions. 3. Fostering digital literacy. Teaching children how to navigate the digital world safely and responsibly is just as important as teaching them to read or write. Digital literacy includes understanding how to evaluate online information, recognize scams, and use technology ethically. Parents can encourage critical thinking by discussing topics like fake news, online etiquette, and the impact of social media. 4. Modeling healthy technology use. Children often mimic the behavior of adults, making it important for parents to model healthy technology habits. For example, avoiding excessive phone use during family time or demonstrating how to use technology for productive purposes can set a positive example. 5. Promoting open communication. Creating an environment where children feel comfortable discussing their online experiences is vital. If a child encounters cyberbullying, inappropriate content, or any other issue, they should feel confident that their parents will listen without judgment and provide support. The role of schools in digital education. Schools are uniquely positioned to teach children how to use technology responsibly. By integrating digital literacy into their curriculums, educators can equip students with the skills they need to thrive in a tech-driven world. 1. Teaching online safety. Schools can educate students about the importance of protecting their personal information, recognizing online threats, and reporting inappropriate behavior. Lessons on topics like password security, phishing scams, and privacy settings help children stay safe online. 2. Encouraging ethical technology use. Technology should be used as a tool for learning, collaboration, and creativity. Schools can promote ethical tech use by teaching students about digital citizenship, which includes respecting others' opinions, avoiding plagiarism, and using technology to make a positive impact. 3. Providing access and equity. Not all children have equal access to technology, creating a digital divide that can hinder educational opportunities. Schools can address this issue by providing access to computers, Wi-Fi, and other resources, ensuring that all students have the tools they need to succeed. Empowering children to harness technology responsibly. Empowering children to use technology responsibly is about more than just setting rules. It's about teaching them to make thoughtful decisions and develop a healthy relationship with the digital world. 1. Encouraging creative exploration. Instead of focusing solely on consumption, children should be encouraged to use technology for creation. Whether it's coding a game, editing a video, or building a digital portfolio, creative exploration helps children develop valuable skills while fostering a sense of accomplishment. 2. Teaching problem-solving skills. Technology should be seen as a tool for solving real-world problems. For example, children can use apps to practice math skills, design eco-friendly solutions for their communities, or collaborate on group projects with peers from around the world. 3. Developing a growth mindset. Children should understand that technology is constantly evolving and that learning how to adapt to new tools and platforms is a lifelong process. By cultivating a growth mindset, children can approach technology with curiosity and confidence. Inspiring stories of responsible tech use. Real-life examples demonstrate the incredible potential of technology when used responsibly. Consider the story of 12-year-old Gitanjali Rao, who used technology to invent a device that detects lead in water, addressing a critical public health issue. Her innovative use of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, showcases how technology can empower children to create meaningful change. Another inspiring example is the work of young coders who develop apps to help their communities, such as platforms for recycling or mental health support. These stories highlight how children can harness technology to solve problems and contribute positively to society. Preparing for a tech-driven future. As artificial intelligence, robotics, and other emerging technologies reshape the world, preparing children for a tech-driven future is more important than ever. By teaching them to use technology responsibly, we equip them with the skills, mindset, and ethical foundation they need to navigate the challenges and opportunities of the digital age. Conclusion. A call to responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, is a timeless reminder of the need to approach technology with thoughtfulness and care. While technology has transformed childhood in remarkable ways, it is our collective responsibility to ensure that its benefits are harnessed while its risks are mitigated. Chapter 6. Inclusive Education. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It is the key to growth. Jesse Jackson. Inclusion is more than a buzzword or a fleeting trend. It is a fundamental principle that shapes the way we build communities, educate children, and create opportunities for growth. Jesse Jackson's powerful statement, "Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It is the key to growth," reminds us that embracing diversity and fostering inclusivity are essential for progress, not just in education but in every aspect of society. For children, inclusion means feeling seen, valued, and respected in their learning environments. It means creating spaces where every child, regardless of their abilities, background, or needs, can thrive. Inclusive education is not just a goal. It is a right. Yet, achieving true inclusivity remains a challenge, as systemic barriers, resource limitations, and societal biases often stand in the way. This chapter explores the importance of inclusive education, the challenges it faces, and the transformative impact it has on children and society. Through inspiring stories and actionable strategies, we will see how fostering inclusion in schools can create a ripple effect of empathy, collaboration, and understanding, preparing children for a diverse and interconnected world. The meaning of inclusion in education. At its core, inclusion in education means ensuring that every child, regardless of their abilities or circumstances, has access to quality education in a supportive and welcoming environment. It is about breaking down barriers, physical, social, and emotional, that prevent children from fully participating in the learning process. Inclusive education goes beyond simply placing children with disabilities or special needs in mainstream classrooms. It involves adapting teaching methods, providing necessary resources, and fostering a culture of acceptance and respect. When done right, inclusion benefits not only the children who require additional support but also their peers, teachers, and the broader community. Why inclusion matters. Empowering children with disabilities. Inclusive education empowers children with disabilities by giving them the tools and opportunities to reach their full potential. It helps them build confidence, develop social skills, and pursue their dreams. Fostering empathy and understanding. When children learn alongside peers from diverse backgrounds and abilities, they develop empathy, compassion, and a deeper understanding of others' experiences. Preparing for a diverse world. Inclusion reflects the reality of the world we live in. By learning in diverse environments, children are better prepared to navigate and contribute to a global society. Driving innovation and growth. Diversity in classrooms fosters creativity and innovation. When children with different perspectives and experiences come together, they challenge each other to think in new ways and solve problems collaboratively. The challenges of implementing inclusive education. While the benefits of inclusion are clear, implementing inclusive practices in schools is not without its challenges. These obstacles often stem from systemic issues, resource limitations, and societal attitudes. 1. Lack of resources. Many schools lack the resources needed to support inclusive education effectively. This includes specialized equipment, accessible infrastructure, and learning materials tailored to diverse needs. For example, a child with a visual impairment may require Braille textbooks or screen reading software, which are not always readily available. 2. Insufficient training for educators. Teachers play a pivotal role in creating inclusive classrooms, but many lack the training and support needed to address the diverse needs of their students. Inclusive education requires educators to adopt differentiated teaching methods, manage diverse classrooms, and provide individualized support, all of which require specialized skills and knowledge. 3. Societal bias and stigma. Despite progress, societal biases and stigma surrounding disabilities and special needs persist. These attitudes can create barriers to inclusion, as some parents, educators, or policymakers may view children with disabilities as a burden, or believe that they cannot succeed in mainstream classrooms. 4. Resistance to change. Implementing inclusive practices often requires significant changes to school policies, curriculums, and infrastructure. Resistance to change, whether due to fear, lack of understanding, or logistical challenges, can hinder progress. The transformative power of inclusive education. Despite these challenges, countless schools and communities around the world have embraced inclusion and witnessed its transformative impact. These success stories demonstrate that with commitment, creativity, and collaboration, it is possible to create classrooms where every child feels valued and supported. 1. Building a culture of acceptance. Inclusion begins with fostering a culture of acceptance and respect. Schools that prioritize inclusivity often see a shift in attitudes, as students, teachers, and parents learn to celebrate diversity rather than fear it. For example, a school in Canada implemented a buddy system, where students with and without disabilities were paired together for activities. This initiative not only helped children with disabilities feel included, but also taught their peers valuable lessons about empathy and teamwork. 2. Empowering teachers. Providing teachers with the training and resources they need is essential for successful inclusion. In Finland, a country known for its inclusive education system, teachers receive extensive training in special education and are supported by a network of specialists, such as speech therapists and psychologists. This collaborative approach ensures that every child's needs are met. 3. Leveraging technology. Technology has become a powerful tool for promoting inclusion. Assistive technologies, such as speech-to-text software, communication devices, and adaptive learning platforms, enable children with disabilities to participate fully in the classroom. For instance, a school in India introduced tablets with customized learning apps for children with autism, helping them develop communication and social skills. 4. Celebrating success stories. Stories of children overcoming barriers through inclusive education inspire hope and demonstrate what is possible. Consider the story of Ahmed, a boy with cerebral palsy who struggled to keep up in a traditional classroom. With the support of an inclusive school in the UK, Ahmed received personalized support and accommodations, allowing him to excel academically and socially. Today, he is pursuing a degree in engineering, proving that inclusion can unlock potential and change lives. Strategies for advocating inclusive education. Creating inclusive schools requires a collective effort from parents, educators, policymakers, and communities. Here are some strategies for advocating and implementing inclusive education. 1. Raising awareness. Raising awareness about the importance of inclusion is the first step toward change. Public campaigns, workshops, and community events can challenge stereotypes and promote understanding. For example, hosting Inclusion Week at schools can highlight the value of diversity through activities, guest speakers, and student-led initiatives. 2. Providing training and support. Investing in teacher training and professional development is essential for equipping educators with the skills they need. Schools can also establish support networks, such as mentorship programs or resource centers, to help teachers navigate the challenges of inclusive education. 3. Collaborating with families. Parents and caregivers are key partners in creating inclusive schools. Regular communication, parent-teacher meetings, and workshops can ensure that families are involved in their child's education and feel supported. 4. Advocating for policy changes. Policymakers play a crucial role in promoting inclusion by allocating funding, enacting legislation, and setting standards for inclusive practices. Advocacy efforts should focus on ensuring that inclusive education is prioritized at the national and local levels. The ripple effect of inclusion. The impact of inclusive education extends far beyond the classroom. By fostering empathy, collaboration, and understanding, inclusion creates a ripple effect that benefits society. Children who grow up in inclusive environments are more likely to become compassionate, open-minded adults who value diversity and advocate for equality. For example, a study in the United States found that students who attended inclusive schools were more likely to pursue careers in social work, education, and healthcare, fields that contribute to the well-being of others. This demonstrates how inclusion not only enriches individual lives but also strengthens communities and drives social progress. Conclusion: a call to action. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It is the key to growth. Jesse Jackson's words remind us that inclusion is not just a moral imperative, it is a pathway to progress. By embracing diversity and fostering inclusive education, we create opportunities for all children to thrive, learn from one another, and grow together. The journey toward inclusion is not without its challenges, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we invest in inclusive practices, we empower children with disabilities, enrich the educational experiences of all students, and build a society that values empathy, collaboration, and understanding. It truly takes a village to raise a child, and by working together, we can create a world where every child feels seen, valued, and included. Let us rise to the challenge and make inclusion the foundation of our schools, communities, and future. Chapter 7. Environmental Awareness. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. Native American proverb. The earth is not ours to keep. It is a shared treasure, passed from generation to generation, and we hold it in trust for those who come after us. This Native American proverb reminds us of our duty to safeguard the planet, not only for ourselves but for the children who will inherit our choices. Yet, as we face unprecedented environmental challenges, climate change, deforestation, pollution, and biodiversity loss, it is clear that we have not always honored this responsibility. Teaching children to care for the environment is no longer optional. It is essential. By instilling environmental awareness and responsibility in the next generation, we empower them to tackle pressing global challenges and create a sustainable future. This chapter explores the importance of teaching environmental responsibility, the impact of current environmental issues on future generations, and actionable ways to engage children in caring for the planet. Together, we can inspire a generation of Earth stewards who will cherish and protect the natural world. The urgency of environmental education. The environmental challenges we face today are immense, and their consequences will ripple across generations. The decisions we make now, whether to protect or exploit natural resources, reduce or increase carbon emissions, conserve or deplete biodiversity, will shape the world our children inherit. 1. The impact of climate change. Climate change poses one of the most significant threats to future generations. Rising global temperatures, melting ice caps, extreme weather events, and sea level rise are already affecting ecosystems and communities. For children, this means growing up in a world with more frequent natural disasters, food and water scarcity, and health risks from pollution and disease. 2. The consequences of pollution. Plastic waste clogs our oceans, air pollution chokes our cities, and toxic chemicals seep into our soil and water. These environmental issues not only harm wildlife but also directly impact human health. Teaching children to reduce waste, recycle, and avoid single-use plastics is critical to reversing these trends. 3. The loss of biodiversity. Every year, thousands of species are pushed to the brink of extinction due to habitat destruction, climate change, and human activity. The loss of biodiversity threatens the delicate balance of ecosystems, which provide us with essential services such as clean air, water, and food. By teaching children to protect wildlife and preserve habitats, we help ensure the survival of countless species. Why children are the key to a sustainable future. Children hold the potential to become the architects of a greener, more sustainable world. They are not only the inheritors of our planet but also its future caretakers. By teaching environmental responsibility from an early age, we shape their attitudes, behaviors, and values, ensuring they grow up with a deep respect for nature. 1. The power of early education. Research shows that habits and values formed in childhood often persist into adulthood. By teaching children about environmental responsibility early on, we plant the seeds of sustainable behavior that will last a lifetime. For example, a child who learns to conserve water or recycle at home is more likely to carry these practices into their own families and communities in the future. 2. Children as influencers. Children have a unique ability to influence the adults around them. A child excited about planting trees or reducing waste can inspire their parents, siblings, and friends to adopt more eco-friendly practices. In this way, teaching children creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond the classroom. 3. Nurturing future leaders. Today's children are tomorrow's policymakers, scientists, entrepreneurs, and activists. By equipping them with the knowledge and tools to address environmental challenges, we prepare them to lead the way in creating innovative solutions and advocating for sustainable policies. Simple actions to instill environmental responsibility. Teaching children to care for the environment does not have to be complicated. Small, everyday actions can make a big difference and help children develop a sense of responsibility toward the planet. 1. Recycling and waste reduction. Teach children how to sort recyclables, compost organic waste, and reduce their use of single-use plastics. Encourage creative reuse projects, such as turning old jars into planters or using scrap paper for crafts. 2. Conserving water and energy. Show children how to conserve water by turning off taps while brushing their teeth and using water-saving techniques in the garden. Teach them to turn off lights, unplug devices, and choose energy-efficient appliances to reduce energy consumption. 3. Planting trees and gardening. Planting trees is one of the simplest yet most impactful ways to fight climate change. Involve children in tree planting activities and teach them about the importance of forests. Gardening helps children connect with nature and learn about sustainable food practices. Growing vegetables or herbs at home can also teach them about the benefits of eating locally and reducing food waste. 4. Reducing transportation emissions. Encourage walking, biking, or carpooling to school and activities to reduce carbon emissions. Teach children about the environmental benefits of public transportation and energy-efficient vehicles. The role of schools and educational programs. Schools play a critical role in teaching environmental responsibility. By integrating sustainability into the curriculum and fostering hands-on experiences, educators can inspire children to become active participants in protecting the planet. 1. Incorporating environmental education. Environmental topics can be woven into subjects like science, geography, and social studies. For example, a lesson on ecosystems can explore the impact of deforestation, while a math class can calculate the carbon footprint of everyday activities. 2. Hands-on learning. Children learn best through experience. Field trips to nature reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, or recycling plants can provide valuable insights into environmental issues. School gardening projects, recycling drives, and eco-clubs also allow children to apply their knowledge in meaningful ways. 3. Collaborating with organizations. Partnerships with environmental organizations can bring additional resources and expertise into schools. Programs like the Eco Schools Initiative or Green Schools Alliance provide tools and support for schools to adopt sustainable practices and engage students in environmental advocacy. Inspiring stories of environmental advocacy. Throughout history, young people have been at the forefront of environmental movements, proving that age is no barrier to making a difference. These inspiring stories show how children and teenagers can drive change and inspire others to act. 1. Greta Thunberg. At just 15 years old, Greta Thunberg sparked a global movement with her school strike for climate action. Her passionate advocacy has inspired millions of young people to demand bold action on climate change, proving that one voice can create a worldwide ripple effect. 2. Felix Finkbeiner and Plant for the Planet. At the age of 9, Felix Finkbeiner launched the Plant for the Planet initiative, aiming to plant 1 million trees in Germany. Today, the organization has planted over 13 billion trees globally, showing the incredible impact of youth-led environmental action. 3. The Kids of Buy Plastic Bags. Sisters Melatai and Isabel Widgson, teenagers from Bali, founded Buy Plastic Bags, an initiative to reduce plastic waste on their island. Their grassroots campaign successfully led to a ban on single-use plastic bags in Bali, demonstrating the power of youth activism to influence policy. The ripple effect of environmental responsibility. When children learn to care for the environment, the impact extends far beyond their individual actions. They inspire their families, influence their communities, and contribute to a global culture of sustainability. 1. Strengthening communities. Environmental initiatives often bring people together, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. For example, a neighborhood tree planting event can strengthen bonds between residents while improving the local environment. 2. Driving innovation. Children who grow up caring for the environment are more likely to pursue careers in fields such as renewable energy, conservation, and sustainable design. Their creativity and innovation can drive the development of solutions to the world's most pressing environmental challenges. 3. Creating a legacy. By teaching children to care for the planet, we create a legacy of stewardship that will endure for generations. A child who learns to value nature today will pass those values on to their own children, ensuring a brighter, greener future for all. Conclusion: A shared responsibility. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. This proverb is a powerful call to action, urging us to recognize our shared responsibility for the planet. The choices we make today will shape the world that future generations inherit, and it is our duty to ensure that it is a world worth living in. Teaching children to care for the environment is one of the most impactful ways to create lasting change. By instilling environmental awareness and responsibility, we empower the next generation to tackle the challenges of climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss with creativity and determination. Together, we can inspire a generation of Earth stewards who will cherish and protect the planet, ensuring a sustainable future for all. Now is the time to act. Let us plant the seeds of environmental responsibility today and nurture them as they grow into a thriving legacy for the children of tomorrow. After all, the Earth is not ours to keep. It is a gift we borrow, and it is our duty to return it in better shape than we found it. Chapter 8: Bullying and Peer Pressure. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Ian McLaren. Beneath the surface of every smile or silence lies a story we may never fully understand. Ian McLaren's timeless words remind us that kindness is not just a virtue but a necessity. This sentiment becomes even more critical when addressing the challenges children face in their formative years. The pressures of fitting in, the sting of cruel words, and the isolation of being targeted by bullying can profoundly impact a child's self-esteem, mental health, and future relationships. Bullying and peer pressure are pervasive issues that affect children across the globe, regardless of age, gender, or background. These experiences often leave lasting scars, influencing how children perceive themselves and interact with the world around them. To combat these issues, parents, educators, and communities must work together to create an environment that fosters kindness, resilience, and empathy. This chapter explores the different forms of bullying, the effects of peer pressure, and actionable strategies to empower children to navigate these challenges while promoting a culture of acceptance and support. Understanding bullying, a multifaceted problem. Bullying is not a new phenomenon, but its complexity has grown in recent years, particularly with the rise of technology and social media. It can take many forms, each with its own unique impact on a child's well-being. 1. Physical bullying. Physical bullying involves overt acts of aggression, such as hitting, pushing, or damaging a child's belongings. While this form of bullying may leave visible marks, the emotional scars it creates can be equally damaging. Children who experience physical bullying often feel powerless and live in constant fear of further attacks. 2. Verbal bullying. Words can be as harmful as actions, if not more so. Verbal bullying includes name-calling, teasing, insults, and derogatory remarks. These attacks on a child's identity, appearance, or abilities can erode their self-esteem and leave them questioning their worth. 3. Emotional bullying. Emotional bullying is more insidious, involving tactics such as exclusion, spreading rumors, or manipulating friendships. This form of bullying isolates the victim, making them feel unwelcome and alone. The pain of being ostracized often lingers, affecting a child's ability to trust others. 4. Cyberbullying. In today's digital age, bullying has transcended physical spaces and entered the online world. Cyberbullying involves harassment, threats, or humiliation through social media, messaging apps, or gaming platforms. The 24/7 nature of the internet means that children often feel there is no escape from this form of bullying, amplifying its impact. The effects of bullying on children. The consequences of bullying extend far beyond the playground. For the children who experience it, bullying can have long-term effects on their mental health, academic performance, and relationships. 1. Mental health struggles. Bullying is closely linked to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Children who are bullied often internalize the hurtful words or actions, believing they are at fault or undeserving of kindness. Over time, this can lead to feelings of hopelessness and, in severe cases, suicidal thoughts. 2. Academic impact. Bullying can make school a place of fear rather than learning. Children who are bullied may struggle to concentrate in class, avoid participating in activities, or even skip school altogether to escape their tormentors. This can result in declining grades and missed opportunities. 3. Difficulty forming relationships. The trauma of bullying can affect how children relate to others in the future. They may become overly cautious, mistrustful, or withdrawn, fearing that they will be hurt again. Alternatively, some children may adopt aggressive behaviors as a defense mechanism, perpetuating the cycle of bullying. The role of peer pressure in childhood. Peer pressure is another significant challenge that children face, often intertwined with bullying. While peer pressure can sometimes be positive, encouraging children to try new activities or work harder in school, it is more often associated with negative influences. 1. The desire to belong. Children have an innate need to fit in and feel accepted by their peers. This desire can make them vulnerable to conforming to group behaviors, even when those behaviors go against their values or interests. For example, a child might participate in teasing another student to avoid becoming a target themselves. 2. Risky behaviors. Negative peer pressure can lead children to engage in risky or harmful activities, such as experimenting with drugs, alcohol, or unsafe social media challenges. The fear of rejection often outweighs the potential consequences of these actions. 3. Erosion of individuality. When children succumb to peer pressure, they may suppress their true selves to fit in with the group. This can stifle their creativity, confidence, and sense of identity, leaving them feeling lost or unfulfilled. Creating a culture of kindness and empathy. To combat bullying and peer pressure, we must create environments where kindness, empathy, and acceptance are the norm. Children need to feel valued and supported, not just by their families but by their schools, communities, and peers. 1. Teaching empathy. Empathy is the foundation of kindness. By teaching children to understand and respect others' feelings, we can prevent bullying before it begins. Activities like role-playing, reading stories about diverse experiences, or volunteering can help children develop empathy and compassion. 2. Promoting open communication. Children need to know that they can talk to trusted adults about their struggles without fear of judgment or punishment. Parents and educators should create safe spaces where children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and experiences. Asking open-ended questions like, "How was your day?" or "Is there anything on your mind?" can encourage dialogue. 3. Celebrating diversity. Schools and communities should celebrate the unique qualities that each child brings to the table. Hosting cultural days, inclusive events, or activities that highlight different talents can foster a sense of belonging and mutual respect. Empowering children to stand up against bullying. Empowerment is key to addressing bullying. Children need to feel confident in standing up for themselves and others, knowing that they have the support of their peers and adults. 1. Encouraging upstanders. An upstander is someone who speaks out or acts when they witness bullying. Teaching children to be upstanders rather than bystanders can make a significant difference. Whether it's reporting the behavior, comforting the victim, or simply refusing to participate, upstanders play a vital role in stopping bullying. 2. Building resilience. Resilience helps children cope with challenges and bounce back from adversity. Parents and educators can foster resilience by teaching problem-solving skills, encouraging positive self-talk, and helping children develop a strong support network. 3. Providing tools for conflict resolution. Conflict is inevitable, but it doesn't have to escalate into bullying. Teaching children how to resolve disagreements respectfully, through active listening, compromise, and empathy, can prevent conflicts from spiraling out of control. The role of parents and educators. Parents and educators are crucial in shaping children's attitudes and behaviors. By working together, they can create a united front against bullying and peer pressure. 1. Recognizing warning signs. Children who are bullied or struggling with peer pressure often exhibit changes in behavior, such as withdrawing from activities, avoiding school, or showing signs of anxiety or sadness. Parents and educators should be vigilant in recognizing these signs and addressing them promptly. 2. Establishing clear expectations. Schools should have clear anti-bullying policies and consequences for harmful behaviors. At home, parents can set expectations for kindness and respect, modeling these values in their own interactions. 3. Providing support and resources. Children who experience bullying or peer pressure need access to support, whether it's through counseling, mentorship, or peer support groups. Schools can also invite guest speakers or organizations to educate students about these issues and provide tools for prevention. Inspiring stories of kindness and courage. Real-life examples of kindness and resilience show us what is possible when we choose to support one another. 1. The power of friendship. In one touching story, a group of middle school students noticed a classmate eating alone at lunch every day. Instead of ignoring him, they invited him to join their table. This simple act of kindness not only transformed his school experience but also inspired others to reach out to those who felt left out. 2. Standing up for others. A high school student witnessed a younger boy being bullied on the bus. Instead of staying silent, she intervened, telling the bullies to stop and sitting with the boy for the rest of the ride. Her courage not only ended the bullying but also encouraged others to stand up for what is right. Conclusion. Choosing kindness every day. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Ian McLaren's words remind us that we all carry unseen burdens, and a little kindness can go a long way. For children, kindness can be the difference between feeling isolated and feeling supported, between despair and hope. Conclusion. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. The future is not a distant, intangible concept. It is being shaped right here, right now, by the choices we make and the actions we take. Abraham Lincoln's words remind us that we are not passive observers of what lies ahead. Rather, we are the architects of the world our children will inherit. The most profound way to influence the trajectory of the future is by investing in the next generation, nurturing them with love, guidance, and opportunities so they can thrive and lead the way forward. Children are not just the inheritors of our world, they are its builders, dreamers, and change-makers. By addressing the challenges they face today, inequality, bullying, environmental degradation, and more, we are laying the foundation for a better tomorrow. This chapter is a call to action, a reminder that creating a brighter future for children is not just their responsibility but ours as well. Together, we can ensure that every child grows up equipped with the tools they need to succeed, contribute positively to society, and realize their full potential. Why children are the key to the future. Children represent possibility and hope. They are the blank pages on which the story of tomorrow will be written. By nurturing their development, we directly influence the kind of society they will create. 1. The power of potential. Each child carries within them immense potential to innovate, to solve problems, to lead with compassion, and to build a world rooted in justice and equality. When we invest in children, we are investing in this untapped potential, ensuring that it has the opportunity to flourish. 2. Shaping values for a better society. The values we instill in children today, kindness, perseverance, empathy, and responsibility, will shape the ethical framework of tomorrow's leaders, innovators, and citizens. A child who grows up understanding the importance of respect and collaboration will carry those principles into their adulthood, influencing the decisions they make and the lives they touch. 3. Preparing for a rapidly changing world. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, with technological advances, environmental challenges, and shifting societal norms. Children must be equipped with the adaptability, critical thinking skills, and resilience needed to navigate and thrive in this ever-changing landscape. Addressing challenges to create opportunity. Despite their potential, many children face barriers that prevent them from thriving. To create a brighter future, we must confront these challenges head-on, ensuring that every child has access to the resources and support they need. 1. Bridging the gap of inequality. Millions of children around the world grow up in poverty, with limited access to education, healthcare, and necessities. These disparities can hinder their ability to reach their full potential. Bridging this gap requires systemic change, investing in schools, healthcare systems, and social programs that uplift underserved communities. 2. Combating mental health stigma. Children today face growing mental health challenges, from anxiety and depression to the pressures of social media and academic achievement. Creating a future where mental health is prioritized means providing children with access to counseling, emotional support, and safe spaces to express themselves without fear of judgment. 3. Addressing climate change. The environmental challenges of today will have far-reaching consequences for the world our children inherit. Teaching children to value sustainability and take action against climate change is essential for ensuring a livable planet for future generations. 4. Tackling educational inequities. Not all children have access to quality education, a critical tool for empowerment and opportunity. By advocating for equitable educational systems, investing in teacher training, and providing access to technology, we can level the playing field and ensure that every child has the chance to succeed. The role of education in shaping the future. Education is the cornerstone of progress. It equips children with the knowledge, skills, and confidence they need to pursue their dreams and contribute meaningfully to society. But education must go beyond rote learning. It must nurture creativity, critical thinking, and a love of lifelong learning. 1. Fostering creativity and innovation. The challenges of tomorrow will require new ideas and bold solutions. By encouraging creativity in the classroom, whether through art, science experiments, or innovative problem-solving activities, we empower children to think outside the box and approach challenges with curiosity and imagination. 2. Emphasizing emotional intelligence. In addition to academic knowledge, children must develop emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage their emotions and empathize with others. Skills like teamwork, conflict resolution, and communication are essential for building meaningful relationships and creating harmonious communities. 3. Promoting global citizenship. In an increasingly interconnected world, children must learn to appreciate diverse perspectives and understand global challenges. Lessons on cultural awareness, environmental stewardship, and social justice can help children become responsible global citizens who are committed to creating a better world for all. Building resilience and empowering children. Life is full of challenges, but resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is a powerful tool that can help children overcome obstacles and thrive. By fostering resilience, we empower children to face the future with confidence and determination. 1. Encouraging a growth mindset. A growth mindset teaches children that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. This mindset fosters a love of learning and helps children see failures as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable setbacks. 2. Providing role models. Children look to the adults in their lives for guidance and inspiration. By modeling resilience, kindness, and determination, parents, educators, and community leaders can show children what it means to overcome challenges and pursue their goals. 3. Celebrating achievements. Acknowledging and celebrating children's accomplishments, no matter how small, builds their confidence and motivates them to keep striving for success. Positive reinforcement encourages a sense of pride and ownership over their achievements. Inspiring stories of hope and change. Throughout history, we have seen countless examples of individuals who overcame adversity to create positive change in the world. Their stories remind us of the incredible resilience and potential of the human spirit, and the power of investing in children. 1. Malala Yousafzai, a voice for education. Malala Yousafzai's story is a testament to the importance of education and the strength of young voices. After surviving a tragic attack for advocating girls' education in Pakistan, Malala went on to become the youngest ever Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Her unwavering commitment to education continues to inspire millions of children and adults worldwide. 2. Greta Thunberg, fighting for the planet. At just 15 years old, Greta Thunberg began her climate strike outside the Swedish parliament, sparking a global movement for climate action. Her determination and courage have mobilized millions of young people to demand accountability from world leaders and take action to protect the environment. 3. The story of Kailash Satyarthi. Kailash Satyarthi, a child rights activist, has dedicated his life to rescuing children from child labor and exploitation. Through his organization, he has freed tens of thousands of children and advocated for policies that protect their rights, proving that one person's efforts can change countless lives. Practical steps to invest in the next generation. Creating a brighter future for children requires collective action from parents, educators, policymakers, and communities. Here are some actionable steps we can take to nurture the next generation. 1. Supporting early childhood development. Investing in early childhood education and care lays the foundation for lifelong learning and success. Programs that focus on cognitive, emotional, and social development can give children a strong start in life. 2. Advocating for policy change. Policies that prioritize children's well-being, such as access to education, healthcare, and clean environments, are essential for creating equitable opportunities. Advocacy efforts can help ensure that children's needs are at the forefront of decision-making. 3. Encouraging community involvement. Communities play a vital role in supporting children's growth. By volunteering at schools, mentoring young people, or organizing community events, we can create networks of support that empower children to thrive. 4. Teaching financial and environmental literacy. Preparing children for the future means equipping them with practical skills. Financial literacy teaches them how to manage money responsibly, while environmental literacy emphasizes the importance of sustainability and conservation. The ripple effect of investing in children. When we invest in children, we are not just shaping individual lives. We are creating a ripple effect that benefits families, communities, and society. A child who receives a quality education, grows up in a supportive environment, and learns the value of kindness and resilience will go on to make a positive impact on the world around them. 1. Strengthening communities. Education and empowerment reduce poverty, improve health outcomes, and foster economic growth, creating stronger and more resilient communities. 2. Driving innovation and progress. Children who are encouraged to explore their passions and think creatively often become the innovators and problem solvers of tomorrow, driving progress in science, technology, and the arts. 3. Building a culture of compassion. Teaching children to value empathy and collaboration creates a society where kindness and understanding are the norm, paving the way for a more harmonious and equitable world.